Welcome to A&P1. It is that time to begin. Hopefully you had a great summer, and hopefully it's going to be a great fall as well. That's my wish, at least. There's certainly some introductory material you need to accomplish in Canvas. Let's try to keep those two things separate, Canvas and Connect. Connect is your quizzing software, your LearnSmart software, and so forth, whereas Canvas is your learning management system where you'll get your grades and access all the great videos and PowerPoints and so forth. Okay, so try to keep that terminology straight. That's the least of your worries, however. So we began with A&P1 by defining what is anatomy, what is physiology. And anatomy is merely the study of the structure of a human being. And in this picture that you have before you, we see 4 students and 1 instructor that are looking over a male cadaver. We can do that with anatomy. We can study it on a dead organism. Certainly there's a time limit involved. Certainly you can wait too long and it will become pretty ripe and the flesh will start to melt and disintegrate. So there is a limited time period, but nonetheless, especially when this picture was taken about 125, 150 years ago. And you'll see some remarkable things in this picture. One in particular is a female being present in the anatomical dissection of this individual. She is looking at the upper leg, at the superficial muscles. There are 3 male students, 2 of them looking at what appears to be the superficial muscles in the thoracic cavity, and 1 looking at the hand of the cadaver. And of course, all guided by the trusty instructor with his beautiful pipe. So that's anatomy. Anatomy has 2 major areas that we're going to be interested in here early on in the course. The first of these is cytology, which is the study of the structure of a cell. And we'll be looking at that in great detail in Chapter 3. And in Chapter 5, we'll be looking at histology. Histology is the study of tissues. I did this quite a bit in my postdoctoral and predoctoral work, and so I'm quite familiar with it. But Chapter 5 deals with histology, the study of tissue structure, extensively. So anatomy we can do on dead things, but physiology, absolutely not. Physiology, we're looking at living organisms. We're looking at living cells and tissues and at their processes and functions. The major subset of physiology is pathophysiology. This is an incredibly important area and helps us to actually discern quite a bit about the normal physiology associated with organs and organisms. The normal physiology would not be apparent without exposing certain conditions and processes that diseases bring, which is what pathophysiology does. So these 2 are kind of intimately related to each other, and we'll deal with them. Pathophysiology throughout the semester. We'll have certain things called clinical focuses or case studies that you'll be discussing on the forums within the course. Along the time in this semester, we'll be dealing with these types of pictures you see here. I just want to kind of introduce these right now before we get into the meat of Chapter 1, and the notion that these do exist. These are readily available to you in a program within your Connect software called Anatomy and Physiology Revealed, or APR. It's a beautiful program. I hope you learn to really like it. It's easy to use, and I strongly suggest go ahead, don't be afraid of it. Start clicking and seeing what's available and what trouble you can get into. You're not going to break it. You're not going to hurt your system, delete your login or anything like that. Just go into it, see what's available, start playing with it, because it's only going to help you, especially in the anatomy and lab portions of this course. So you'll see there are many different levels we can look at. We can look at this most superficial or outer layer of a human, where the skin is. We can peel away the skin, begin looking at muscles, deeper muscles, even more deep muscles. And in the middle bottom picture, you can even see now the larynx and the Adam's apple portion and the trachea now present, along with the clavicle that are kind of framing the trachea. And then, of course, the last picture, your most basic, which would involve the skeleton. There are also pictures of histology. If you're going to be utilizing those in Chapter 5, there's many different products here. I strongly suggest you do it. We'll stop here now, brief introduction to begin the videos with, and we'll start with a little more meaty material in video 2.